How's it going, music community? Hope you're all well, all good, looking after yourselves. Mr. Boulder here with a CD update. Picked up quite a bit of stuff recently. Picked up some records as well, but I'm going to save that for another video because if I do all of this like in one go, the video's going to go on forever. So just a CD update today. Let's get started then. Start off with some death metal. Asphyx, the Rack. I showed their second album in a recent update, which I thought was their first. But Liam, the Death Doom Metalhead, kindly informed me that this is actually their first album. The Rack from 1991. And at the same time, I picked up Incoming Death. This is from 2016. Both of these really good, solid death metal albums. Nothing massively fast, all mid-pace stuff. Great guitar riffs. Great vocals, as always, from Martin Van Drunen, an absolute legend in the world of death metal. These are both very, very good. I've picked up so much Asphyx recently. It's strange to think that 6 months ago I didn't have any of their albums. One of those bands that I've known about for years and was meaning to check out, never got around to it. And now I have. I've bought loads of their stuff. That's the debut, The Rack from 1991 and Incoming Death from 2016. Both good, solid death metal albums right there. So that's first. Up next. Not going to talk much about this because I only showed it recently. This is the CD of Carnage's Dark Recollections. Death metal from Sweden, from guys who went on to be in Dismember, Carcass, and Arch Enemy. Good solid death metal. This from 1990, if my memory's right. Carnage's Dark Recollections. A nice little best of here. Marillion. This is a collection of singles, 1981 or 1980. I think it's 1981 to 1992. Don't mind me a bit of Marillion, but not a massive fan. Hence, just picking up a best of CD. I do have Misplaced Childhood and Clutching at Straws on vinyl. We're not fussed about picking up the rest of their stuff. Good stuff on this though. Everyone knows Kaylee, of course. There's a great song in here called Cover My Eyes. Easter's pretty good. Assassins is good. Hooks and You, brilliant song. That's not from the Fish era. That's from the guy who replaced him. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But that's really good. And you've got Lavender on there as well, which is great. And then Communicado. Bunch of great songs in there. Bit gutted that Sugar Mice from Clutching at Straws is not on this. But that's not a big deal. If I want that song, I can simply download it from the iTunes website. Marillion, classic band here from the UK. Progressive rock. Great stuff. A nice little best of. Cost literally about £2.50 from Music Magpie. Great stuff there. That's Marillion, a nice little best of compilation. The first album from New York death metal is Incantation. I'm going to butcher the title of this. Onward to Golgotha, I think it is. Probably said that completely wrong. This is only my second Incantation album, so I decided to go back to the start. Very, very good death metal, this. I really like it. Guitars sound like they're down tuned to the core of the earth. Gutturals are really deep. Vocals are really guttural and deep, I should say. Really, really sound good. Great songs. A really good album. This originally came out in 1992. Really enjoying this one. I'm going to give it some more spins this week. Yeah, great stuff. Really enjoying it. Need to pick up more of their albums. But that's their debut from 1992. Incantation. That's good stuff. Another debut from a classic death metal band. This is Unleashed. And I can't remember the title. And I can't read it. The writing's so small. Oh yeah, Where No Life Dwells. Again, this is a very good death metal album. One thing that did spring to mind when I was listening to it. It hasn't got the classic HM2 death metal guitar tone you expect from the Swedish bands. Which, to be honest, is a bit of a nice change. Makes them stand out a bit from the crowd. When you listen to early Dismember and Entombed albums, you could almost be listening to the same album because the guitar tone's exactly the same. Whereas these guys have done something a little bit different here. Not the same guitar tone. Good album, great songs. There's a bunch of extra stuff on here actually, which is also very, very good. I'm not always fussed on the bonus material you get with albums, but this one I really did enjoy. That's Unleashed from Sweden, Where No Life Dwells, from I think 1991. Yeah, 1991. This is out on Century Media. Good death metal. Glad I picked that one up. An album that needs no introduction. Queensrÿche's Operation Mindcrime. Spun the record just the other night. And it made me realise I need to get off my arse and get the CD. So here it is. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone knows this album. I'm not going to talk about it too much because you all know it. Fantastic stuff. Jeff Tate obviously no longer in the band on vocals here. And his voice is absolutely superb. Yeah, it's a very, very good album. One of those ones that lives up to its reputation and the hype. Eyes of a Stranger is my favourite. It's a fantastic song and his vocals are absolutely outstanding. But there's a load of other great stuff here as well. And it's got a couple of live tracks as well. Not too fussed on live tracks, to be honest. I'd rather hear stuff that didn't make the album, you know, songs that end up on the cutting room floor. That's the kind of stuff I'd rather hear. But nice to have a couple of live bonus tracks anyway. Right, now this is one of the ones I've been waiting for to come from Argentina. Took nearly 6 weeks. But worth the wait. One of those albums I've been wanting to get for a long time. And finally got around to grabbing it. It's Morbid Saint. Spectrum of Death, their debut, I think from 1992, if my memory's correctly. Even the hype sticker is in the language that they speak over in Argentina. I think it's Spanish. Might be Portuguese, actually. Again, really, really good stuff. I had a couple of tracks off of this from on YouTube a while back, and I've been meaning to pick it up. And I finally found it. Like I say, came from Argentina. Good death metal. Well, truly worth getting. A bunch of extra stuff on this one. Some demos and stuff like that and live stuff. Very good album. Yeah, the drumming on this is fantastic. Really sort of frenzied. Really enjoy the guitar tone. Nice deep guttural vocals. Brilliant stuff from Morbid Saint. Spectrum of Death, 1992. This is a reissue. Glad I finally got around to picking this one up. Another best of compilation here. Magnum, classic British band. I had loads of their albums on vinyl, but I've just got rid of them because I just didn't listen to them enough to warrant having them in there. Trying to sort of thin down the collection slightly. Gave the records away to a good friend of mine. But yeah, a best of will do me when it comes to Magnum, and there's stuff in here that I absolutely love. Stuff like Vigilante, Days of No Trust, Just Like an Arrow, stuff like that. Yeah, a band I enjoy, but to be honest, a best of is going to do. Hence, I got rid of their records. I picked up this best of compilation. This is only about $1 off of Amazon, so a very good price as well. So yeah, glad to get that in the collection. An album that I had years ago, and for some reason got rid of. And then when I listened back to a couple of tracks on YouTube recently, I realised I made a massive mistake. So I bought it back. A fantastic debut from 1993. Life of Agony's River Runs Red. I actually saw these guys at Ozfest in Milton Keynes in 1999 when they had Whitfield Crane from Ugly Kid Joe singing for him. And I have to say, Whitfield Crane was absolutely amazing. His voice really, really suited this band well. But this is obviously the debut with Keith Caputo on vocals. Is it Joey or Johnny Z on guitar? Great guitar tone on this album. It's as thick as anything. The production in general is fantastic. I think this is out on Roadrunner, actually. Yeah, Roadrunner Records. It's a great album. As far as debuts go, it really hits the ground running. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I don't know why I got rid of this. But yeah, this time the opening track, just brilliant. That intro riff is brutal, fantastic vocals, and everything on here is really good. There's other great stuff like the title track, words and music, Bad Seed. It's a great album. God knows why I got rid of it. It's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant stuff there. Life of Agony's debut, River Runs Red from 1993. A couple of VC finds now. Does what it says on the tin. Stuff I discovered from watching other people's videos on YouTube that I wasn't aware of. I think this was shown by Andy, Cloudy Milder, and it was also shown by Brendan Von Doom. Accuser, this is thrash metal from Germany. I think this is just self-titled. I think these guys have been around for a while, but I just did not know who they were at all. And this is a very, very good album. I'm glad I picked it up. Great thrash from Germany. The riffing on this is really, really good. Some great sort of classic thrashing, gallopy riffs on this. The drums are fantastic. Really enjoy the vocals. Misled Obedience is brilliant. Phantom Grave is great. Being on the Wiser. Psycho Cision. Contamination, The Eliminator. Loads of good stuff. Finishes with a bit of a strange choice for a cover, as far as I'm concerned. There's a cover of Foreigner's Urgent on here, which is okay, but to be honest, it really doesn't need to be on there. It's certainly not necessary. But a great album. Yeah, I need to dive more into this band. This is fantastic thrash metal from Germany. That's Accuser. And these were introduced to me definitely by Cloudy Milder, Andy. Slammer, I'd never heard of them before. He showed these guys about 2 months ago, something like that. I had no idea they were. Thrash metal here from here in the UK, some homegrown thrash. This is an EP, only 4 tracks. Insanity Addicts. The first track, the title track, Insanity Addicts, is really, really good. I really enjoy that one. Bring the Hammer Down is awesome as well. You've got Maniac and IOU. Nice little EP from these guys. Completely unaware of them. I'd never heard of them before. But yeah, thanks Andy, because this is really, really good stuff. And after I grabbed that, I had to grab the album that came afterwards. This is The Work of Idle Hands. Yeah. This is brilliant. Really, really good. I'm so glad I got into these guys. This album, fantastic. I just missed out on getting this on vinyl on eBay a few days ago by like 50p. I was so pissed off. But it's a fantastic album. Tenement Zone, Johnny's Home, Razor's Edge, Hellband, Hunt You Down, probably my favourite on the album. God's Prey, Firefall, No Excuses, Born for War, the last track, brilliant. There's not a bad song on this. This album is absolutely fantastic. God knows why I wasn't familiar with them. There's the hype sticker stuck on the back. If you're in a thrash and you're not familiar with these guys, I highly recommend hunting this down. You won't regret it. It's brilliant. Such a good album. Slammer and The Work of Idle Hands, and I think this is from 1990 if my memory's correctly. Can't see on there because this is a reissue. This came out in 2012. This is out on a Dive Bomb Records. Slammer. Go and check it out if you love your thrash. You won't be disappointed. Some pop rock now. Bryan Adams is Reckless. I've had this record for quite a while. I picked it up quite a few years ago in a charity shop for £1.50, and I remember not long after seeing a reissue in HMV for 25 quid. Goes to show that shopping around definitely pays off. You know this guy is. Everyone knows who he is. Very, very popular. It is rock, but it's very commercial rock at the same time. But, you know, it's still great songs on this, no doubt about it. Run to You, everyone knows that bloody song. Power Ballad, Heaven, everyone knows that. Somebody's really, really good. Again, everyone knows Summer of '69. Kids Wanna Rock, It's Only Love. That's got Tina Turner on vocals as well. Brilliant album. Again, got it from Music Magpie for about £2.50. Not a lot of money at all. Had the record for ages. Wanted to get the CD. Here it is. Nice and cheap. Great album. Classic album. Pop rock from 1985, I think. Bryan Adams, Reckless. Another best of. The Best of the Eagles. Again, one of those bands where I don't need to get all the albums. I like the hits that get played on the radio and that kind of thing, and just what you've heard over the years on the TV and stuff. Brilliant. Again, this is from Music Magpie. It cost about £2.50, £3, and yeah, this is all I need from them. Good stuff on this. Take It Easy is a fantastic song. I love that. Desperado's great. Tequila Sunrise. Lion Eyes is brilliant as well. One of These Nights, probably one of my favourites. And of course, it's got Hotel California on there. I don't need to tell you about that song, because if you haven't heard that, you must be living in a cave. Yeah, sort of old school classic rock. Probably a bit of country as well. I'm getting older. I'm actually liking a little bit of country music these days. And the me of 10 years ago would have absolutely loathed the me of today saying that. But I'm just being honest. Yeah, Best of Eagles compilation. Good stuff, that. Some nice, easy listening, you know, when you don't want to be listening to some grindcore death metal. The first Wolfsbane album. I've had this on vinyl for ages. And never had it on CD. Here it is at last. Wolfsbane, obviously Blaze Bayley, the future Iron Maiden vocalist here. And I can't remember the name of the guitar player, but the guy can really play the guitar. Solos in this are absolutely shredding. It's a good album. I enjoy this one. Yeah, Manhunt, fantastic song. And I Like It Hot. They're my two favourites on this. It's quite funny to think that Blaze went on to sing in the Iron Maiden, because he sounds more sort of similar to David Lee Roth on this. Well, and all the Wolfsbane stuff. But this is a great album from 1989. This was quite expensive, because it's not easy to come by. Cost about £20, I think. But yeah, when you're after stuff that's not easy to come by, you're going to be paying for it. There's a CD. Killing Machine's great as well. Fell Out of Heaven. Tears from a Fool. Pretty Baby. Good stuff. Wolfsbane debut. I think it's just self-titled. No, Live Fast, Die. Live Fast, Die Fast. 1989. Good stuff. Sadist, and this is Chemical Exposure. I'm so late to the Sadist party. I didn't pick up an album of theirs until about 6 months ago. Good stuff. This originally came out in the early 90s. I can't remember the exact year. Steve DiGiorgio on bass is always good. Technical thrash metal. Really enjoyed this one. Certain Deaths, fantastic. Sadist Attack, Torture, Hands of Fate, Twisted Fate, Illusions, the title track. Good stuff. Yeah, wish I hadn't sat on these guys for so long. But there we go. Got better late than never. Got there in the end. Sadist is Chemical Exposure. I think this is about 92. This is out on Listenable Records. Print so small. Oh, well, I can't bloody see it. My eyesight's dreadful. But yeah, Sadist. Good thrash metal there. Technical stuff. Right, now this next one only turned up yesterday morning. Again, Liam the Death Do Metalhead. He had this on his Instagram on Friday night. And it reminded me I still hadn't picked this up. I didn't hear about these guys when they first come out. Maybe about a year ago they first popped onto my radar. And then Liam showed this Friday night on his Instagram. I thought, oh yeah, I still haven't picked it up, so I've done it now. A extreme metal supergroup. I think it's pronounced Ultimas. This is David Vincent, former Morbid Angel. I can't remember the guitar player's name, but he was known as Blasphemer in Mayhem. He was in Mayhem for about... well, I can't remember exactly how long, but a large number of years. And it's also got Flo from Cryptopsy on drums. This is amazing. I really recommend you pick this up if you're into your extreme stuff. It's not the most extreme thing you'll ever hear, but it's very, very good. You know, with the caliber of the musicians on the show here, it's no surprise that this is amazing. And I cannot recommend you pick this up enough if you've been sleeping on it like I have. It's amazing. Something Wicked marches in. That's the title track. Great stuff. Total Destroy is fantastic. Truth and Consequences. Everlasting. And the last track, Marching On. Absolutely amazing. Pick it up if you're into your heavy stuff. This would be quite a good gateway album, actually, if you're kind of newish to extreme metal because the vocals aren't really deep and low and guttural. You can hear everything David Vincent is saying. Fantastic stuff, brilliant. He's still got his voice, definitely. Yeah, if you're into extreme stuff, I can't recommend enough that you go out and grab this. Up next, one I'm very, very happy to grab because this is not easy to come by as far as I'm concerned. Got it on Music Magpie of all places. From 1992. X-Hoarder and the Law. Yeah, I've never seen this in all the years I've been out and about in music shops. Never seen it. So to find it on Music Magpie, I was really surprised. It's cost £20. Yeah, like I say, it's not easy to come by, so you're going to pay for it. And it's really, really good. I mean, you can really hear where Phil Anselmo from Pantera was inspired for vocals after he heard these guys. Carl Thomas's voice is great, and Phil just really sort of copied his style. And this is brilliant, really, really good. Guitar tone's absolutely fantastic. Even the guitar tone sounds similar to Dimebags. This has got a great cover of Black Sabbath's Into the Void on it. The other thing I would say against it is the sound's very compressed. You know, you get those albums where everything's been compressed down. I mean, it still sounds good, but I'm not always down with that compression sound. And the only other thing is the bass is completely buried in the mix. But the riffing's fantastic. Great drums. Carl Thomas's vocals are brilliant. So happy to have this. You just do not see it. I'd love to get this on vinyl, but something tells me that's going to be very, very hard to track down. Last two now, and it's another band that I've been meaning to check out for years and finally got around to it. Now, when I first looked for this album on Amazon, it was for sale for a whopping £1,199.99. Who the fuck is paying that kind of money for a CD? It's Demolition Hammer's debut, Tortured Existence from 1990. I found this one on eBay for about £12.50, therefore making myself a grand saving of £1,187. Proof right there that you need to shop around sometimes. Yeah, this is really good. Really, really good. Thrash metal with traces of death metal in there as well. The riffing on this is great. The drumming's amazing as well. I really, really enjoy this. You know, I shouldn't have slept on them for as long as I did, but once again, better late than never. This is great stuff. Crippling Velocity is great. Infectious Hospital Waste. Mercenary Aggression. Great stuff. A load of live tracks on this as well for the bonus. But I'm going to not talk about this one anymore. I'll go straight onto this one because this absolutely floored me. It's the follow-up, Epidemic of Violence from 1992. This is even better. This is much better than the first album as far as I'm concerned. I'll put this on in the car on the way home from work. Driving down the M1, and this was just blowing me away. Everything about it is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't got this, and I highly recommend you go out and get it as soon as possible. It is absolutely outstanding. Everything about it, the production's great. The drumming, again, it's even better than on the first album. The guy's passed away, I think, now, and that's such a shame. But the drumming's amazing, and the guitar riffing, fantastic. Just the riffs are great. The production's great. The guitars sound fantastic. The vocals are great. Again, this is the thrash metal, but there's definitely quite a bit of death metal in there. And I just can't recommend enough that you go out and get this. It's absolutely blown me away. This will definitely be featuring in my top albums of 1992. I'm only 29 years late to the party, but you get there in the end, you know. Skull Fracturing Nightmare, Human Dissection, stuff like that, you know. It's just brilliant song after brilliant song. I'm going to say it once more. Go and get this if you haven't got it and you're into your thrash or your death metal. There's something for both from both genres there. You'll definitely enjoy it. It's absolutely fantastic. One of the best albums I've picked up in a long time. Yeah, Demolition Hammer's Epidemic of Violence from 1992 is absolutely outstanding. If you haven't got it, go out and grab it. You won't regret it. Right, guys, that is it for today. cheers for sticking with me if you made it to the end. Please get in touch. Let me know what you think about these albums. And like the video if you like this, please. Leave me a comment and please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and you're enjoying the videos. It's very, very much appreciated. I appreciate every single one of you who watches and gets in touch. I've been in the VC game about 9 months now, and I've made a lot of good friends, and I enjoy being in touch and talking to all of you guys, because we're all talking about the stuff that we love, and that's good music. Right, I shall catch up with you next week, and take care of yourselves, and yeah, look after yourselves. See you later. Goodbye.